Hey everyone, let's take a look at Microsoft Teams and Classes. Microsoft Classes does a lot, but we won't be using it. That's one thing I want to make clear. So I'm just going to dive into one of the courses. Pretty much all the courses will have a Microsoft Teams and Classes link at the side. I'm rolling that out, so if you don't have that in your course, don't worry about it. In other words, it'll be there automatically. If you don't see it, it doesn't mean that there's an error happening to you. You'll see it or you won't. And if it's there, then you need to know this information. Hence the reason I put the video link in the information. So let's talk about what these are. Microsoft Teams Classes allows an instructor to put just a ton of information into a course. And basically, it would just duplicate everything here. It's really, from an instructor standpoint, it's really, do you use Teams Classes or do you use Canvas? And so it's a lot easier just to say, here it is in Canvas. We don't need to duplicate the process someplace else. The only thing that you will find within the Teams Classes and why there is a link, I'll go ahead and say use the web app instead, is that there'll be a class notebook. So if you would like to use that class notebook, feel free to do that. The idea is to, it always does that to me, switch now, and then has to relaunch and do all this stuff and doesn't give me an option. You won't get this, right? You would have gone straight into the class. See, it's dumped me in my general area. So this is the networking systems. And so this is what you would see. That's what you see. If you click on it, this is what you'll see. And you'll see that every so often, Monday and Wednesday, I've got an in-class. And the reason for that is so that I can do video. And that's, I will say that it's not as good as other products when it's recording audio and video. I'm working on making that better. But if you are a remote student, then see, you don't have to. I'm not an instructor that says, hey, we're having this thing online, you better be there. That kind of defeats the purpose of online, in my opinion. It's like you took an online class, which is harder to take because you have to, because you're working, because there's something. And so I don't want anybody to ever feel, hey, this is listed, I better be there, otherwise I'm going to get docked points. You're not. You're not. This is so I can do video and there'll be a general location for you to actually get the video. So you can actually go to classes and launch this from that point. Obviously, if it's not Monday and Wednesday at 9 a.m. for this class, then you'll get into something that's past, it's already done, or it'll say this hasn't started yet, right? Depending on what you're getting into. So what I'm trying to say basically is, see, we're on teamsmicrosoft.com here. I'm not using this. The only thing I'm using this for is to record video. And so that's where this classes takes you to. It takes you to basically a general site. And I haven't gotten anything set up in there and will not. Right? There's assignments and grades and all this stuff. It's nothing is going to be in there. That's the main thing you need to know. Now over here in Microsoft Teams meetings, that's where basically these class meeting times get set up. Right? So that's where those are. And so this really creates a general way for people to go straight into this or to go into a past meeting, right? This is today. And so we can change that and go to yesterday, right? And see that there was an actual class then. And you'll be able to click into that and then watch the video. That's the main thing. These two links are only really ways to get the video. And it's really what EAC is moving to, and so that's the way I'll be doing it. I'll just have a Teams meeting. I'll launch that meeting when it says that it's time to launch. It'll start recording the meeting. I'll set it up so that you can see the screen. Away we go, right? And then that in-class is recorded, and you'll be able to get to it from these two links. You'll be able to go, okay, I want to go in and see that. So from now on, you won't see, as we move forward, you won't see links that'll say in class videos, That's usually where I dump that information, right? You won't see the new ones there. You'll have to go over to Microsoft Teams or Teams classes and get into that information so you can watch the in-class. That is really it. Other than that, again, there's a class notebook in there and you guys can share information through it, which honestly would be fantastic as far as study material goes. But that's not something I'm grading. That's something that you guys can set up, right? You can have a little discussion and say, let's do this, even if it's only 2 of you, right? You could still go in there and share that information, which is really good. That's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a good one. Take care of yourself.